Alright, so the next step is finalizing your implant preparations. So I'm just switching out to the next size drill. So I'm just going to take each implant or each site to depth now. So let's go ahead and start with this one. I like leaving my pins in because then I can compare the angles to everything. So I'm just retracting right here using the finger retractors for this one. And I'm going to take that to depth. Remember, we're going to 11.5. So let's go ahead up and down until we get to 11.5. Okay, awesome. And once I prepped it with that drill, I'm going to flip my pin upside down, and it still fits. Right? If I do it the same way, it doesn't fit in this well. It kind of rocks around. So I flip it upside down, and it fits much better. See? So now I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I scooch over, and I'm preparing this side right here. All right, preparing it again for 11.5. And I flip the pin around. All right, and so if you did take some imaging and you are happy with these sites back here, then awesome, let's go ahead and place those implants. I would strongly recommend imaging if you're just getting comfortable with this procedure. All right, and so you might still be, like, if you're not careful, you can still change up your angles. So you still got to be careful every time you drill in these distal sites. So I'm just trying to angle it for your benefit, so that's just a little bit difficult for me. All right, you can see okay, right? So I'm going to take it to 11.5. Let me take it to 11.5. All right, and so let me put the paralleling pin in now. All right, let's do the same thing with this one over here. Sometimes if you're not sure of what angle you had it at, you can just put your old drill back just to double check, just to give you a little refresher on where you're at, just so you can follow the same path of insertion. So let's go ahead and do that. So I put the twist drill back there. I put my next size drill in there. So let's go ahead and take it to depth now. All right, and let's switch and put my paralleling pin in there. All right. So now we've widened our osteotomies. We only got a couple more drills to go before we're ready to place the implants on each site. Okay, so now I'm going to go with my next size drill, and I'm starting in the same order. I'm going to start with this one in the front first, and I'm going to take it to depth for 11.5. So I want to make sure you can see it too, though. All right, so I'm going to take it all the way down. So I'm just going to continue prepping all the other ones to depth. So I'm going to take this back one and take that one to depth. It's just a little bit tricky once you can't use your paralleling pins anymore. So if you do have a spare drill, it does help. So I'm going to go ahead and put a spare drill in here. And the only reason I say it gets tricky is because you just want to make sure that you're keeping the same angle that you started with. So I'm just using a spare drill and just putting it in there. And now I'm going to go back in with this guy. And remember how I said that sometimes you forget what angle you had it at? I forgot. So I'm going to put this drill back in there and kind of like rememorize that angle. All right, and so now I'm going to go back with this one, the wider drill, and take this one to depth. All right, so now this side is done. Actually, no, sorry, this side is done to a 3.4 drill, but I'm going to be placing 4.2 millimeter implants, and just want to take all of them to their corresponding drill. But when you're doing an all-on-4, you also want to make sure that you are undersizing all of your preparation so that you do achieve primary stability. All right, so now I'm going to this side over here, and I'm going to prepare them for the implants. This little thing's in my way, I'm going to move it. Like I said, this part you have to be careful because you could be changing up the angles accidentally. Alright, and so now I'm just going to prepare this distal one. Remember, I'm aiming it towards that little dot we made. Alright, so now we have all of our implant sites prepared. Alright, so I don't know if you noticed, but I was getting a little bit thin on this side right here. And so what you can actually do is just prep this down a little bit, do a little bit more alveoplasty, just a little bit, and just to widen up that spot. And then you can go ahead and go back with the final implant drill, just to make sure you're to depth. But you can alveoplasty a little bit just to make the walls a little bit wider.